Welcome to Project Eden for Empyrion Galactic Survival, and we're starting this video stood on top of my capital vessel. And what I want to do in this part is get up into space and go to the planet, because the quest for Zirconium goes on. But before that, a couple of things I need to talk about. The first one is that if you look in front of us, this is the alien facility that we were taking down in the last part. And if you watch that video, you'll be aware that I didn't find the core. And what I did was I spent about 15-20 minutes wandering around, checking for likely locations. I thought I found a couple, and I kind of attacked them with explosives, but I didn't find the core. And what I've decided is that I don't think it's really worth me keep using up all my explosives to find just a bit of fuel and oxygen, because I'll be really disappointed if I finally find the core and there's very little oxygen or fuel left. So that means that the core location for this alien facility remains a mystery. Moving on, I need to talk about something quite important, because Epsilon have announced that on the 18th of May 2021, the new 1.5 update will be released into the beta branch. Now, I'm recording this video the day before, and I haven't really been able to find any details about what's going to be in this new 1.5 update, beyond the fact that there's been changes to the missions. I think there's been some new POIs, and I think there's one or two other minor features. Quite unusually, Epsilon have been a little bit coy about what is actually in this update. And I do wonder whether what they've listed is exactly what's in the update. That means that it's given me a bit of a dilemma, because normally with a beta update, I would say, right, we're going to stop this series and go in and take a look at the new features in beta. And I think what I'm going to be doing is carry on with this series, because Epsilon is saying that they're planning on releasing into the stable branch on the 1st of June 2021. That is where I will probably start a new series. I mean, I'll be very interested in you guys, whether you're going to restart again or carry on with existing series. Now, the reason I would want to restart is the fact that because there are changes to missions, and it would get on my mind if I try to carry on with this series. I'll be thinking about, well, what are the new changes to the missions, and it's something I do like to take a look at. So that is going to be the strategy going forward. But what I will possibly do is a separate video on the new features away from this series when it does go into the beta branch. But that out the way, I think what we can do now is get down into the cockpit. And it's now time to leave this moon. We've had quite a lot of interesting fun on it. Took down some interesting POIs. And while I'm walking to the cockpit, a big thank you for your comments and feedback, especially on tactics for taking down POIs, because there is always a challenge when it comes to this game. Yeah, I'm 25,000 over. Okay, I didn't realise I was over. Oh, it's the repair bay that's taking me over, isn't it? That might explain why I'm consuming fuel a little bit quicker than normal. I may have to possibly take the repair bay up if the fuel consumption is a little bit too high. Yeah, we'll have to take a look at that. When I put the repair bay in the last video, I forgot completely about checking the CPU. So we're gonna have to take a look at that. Anyway, we're gonna get up into space, and I'll see you once we're up there. So here we are. We've just broken through into space. Just go out and see what's around. There's something 5 kilometers away in that direction. I think it'd be worth checking that out, seeing we're so close. Because, of course, 5 kilometers in space is close. It may not seem like it, but it is. So what we're going to do is just go here. I mean, it's a good chance it would just be wreckage, but we might as well check it out. Oh, look at that. This is certainly worth taking a good look at. This is a pentaxid asteroid, and I certainly wouldn't mind the pentaxid. So we're going to go there and definitely check it out. So here we are, we're just coming up on the pentaxid. I'll put the thrusters back on. Like there's something stuck out of it, actually. Like the pentaxid may actually be in columns. That should make life a little bit easier. This looks pretty unusual. I'm going to drop down. Just going to go here, turn the thrusters off. Probably the easiest way to do this is, oops, in zero gravity. Just pick up, put this to player, building components. Where's my drills? Laser drills. Oh, looks like we got visitors. Right, what I'm going to do is a little bit wasteful, but somebody pointed out my railguns aren't really aligned with the cockpit. I think the other thing I've also found is that, and I know I'm going to lose ammunition by doing this, but the other thing I've also found with respect to when you're having to target systems is the fact that when you get lots and lots of tags, especially when you're attacking bases, you've just thrown out a scan. Oh, come on, get in there. Always one. Well, I think maybe we can just. This can make his ship a little bit lopsided, but. We'll turn the thrusters on. What were you firing at? Was that? Oh, there's this drone here. Oh, wow. Oi. We'll just go and loot the drone. Well, we got some fuel cells from it. Good. Of course, a little bit out of practice. Oops. Of course, out in space, we've got a vastly wider range of fire. Well, we'll go and do this one as well. Get a bit of fuel here. Getting a bit closer. Just jump out again. The thing we've got to be careful of is that if we hang around too long, we may actually attract in something that's a bit bigger, a bit more menacing. So we can't afford to hang around too long. So what we're going to do is summon up the drills. And what we should... not getting so much from this. It'd be easier. I think it's easier to actually do this in first person. Not as handy as with the Pentaxid as I thought it was going to be, but we'll take it. Got 7 from that. Another 2. It looks like each one of these spikes has we got a laser space drone coming in. Bit worried about the fact that we've got something coming in a bit that might be a little bit bigger. So I think that's all we're going to take, and then it's time to go. Right, time to go. I mean, we got a bit of Pentaxid. I think that would be good enough. And we'll just try and dock in here. Turn the thrusters off. Turn the power off, actually. Here. And of course, what we got. But we can put some of that in. A lot of this into. Can go into operational needs. Merc. Wood and ore. We've got 69 raw pentaxid. That's not bad, actually. And that should help with the... We'll just lie down. This on. And we're... Oh, wow. Now what we got to do is find the planet. There's the planet there. Got a space drone there. Lots of space drones, but I don't think they're be that much of a problem. And we'll just turn the inertia drive off. Yeah, there's something a little bit bigger there. Oh, we're going to be in trouble. We're not maneuverable enough. So we're in trouble now. Yeah, we're taking some damage. We just got to keep going. There's no way we can engage that ship. It's got heavy weapons at distance. So we're just going to have to try and just keep pushing. And there's a couple more possibly coming in from that side. So we got 8.7 kilometers to go. So I'll see you once we get there, if I get there. So here we are. We are just coming up on Epsilon 4. We're just about to enter the atmosphere. I'm just going to turn on the thrusters. I did have a counter with a couple of drones, and this, I think this up here is this Emirate class destroyer is the one that actually dealt me some damage. Once we get down onto the planet, we're going to see how much damage it actually did. I mean, it could be a little bit of a pain in the neck, to be honest. But as far as I know, we didn't get an oxygen breach because I didn't get a warning. So we're just going to break through the atmosphere and see what we can find down on this planet here. I mean, it'd be great if it did contain some zirconium. If not, we'll have to just keep moving on. So we've now breached the atmosphere. This looks very much like a lava planet, so life could be very interesting down here. Just gonna come here. Right, a scan. What we'll do is we'll look for somewhere to put down. I mean, it's a kind of lava lake there. There's couple of things a little bit distance away. We're going to use the Merc to do the initial exploration, because if the ship is got a bit of a power drain, I don't really want to do it. Ship is also drifting down. I think maybe we'll go for a little bit of a lava patch here. On the bright side, I can actually lift, so it means we haven't got a major problem with gravity. I think we're just going here. I have the back door open. I thought I'd close the back door. Interesting. Well, we're going to go and take a look. Plants are okay. So we didn't get a breach on the primary hull. Most of the attacks came in on this side, so we're going to take a look. But we lost one of our small outer. So we took some damage on that side. Took a little bit of damage at the front here. Quite a lot of damage here. But they actually managed to blow through the outer hardened block, so we're going to have to repair that. Lost a block there. Lost. Did I lose anything from here? It's a bit difficult to tell because I've never really... Oh, ha! We certainly got a few holes knocked in here. Well, one could look at it as an opportunity to... I've actually lost I thought the ship was a bit slow. We've lost 2 sets of thrusters on this side. That is not good. Yeah, so that might account for the larger explosives. Luckily, I've got spare thrusters, so we're going to certainly need to repair the thrusters. No point pretending otherwise on that. And I think that this is a good example of why you have internal doors on the ship, and you need to compartmentalize. Back to here. And operational needs. No, it's building components, isn't it? The thrusters. Pick up some hardened steel blocks. Looks like I'm going to have to make... Oh, no, we've got combat steel. Let's go to combat steel. What's it? Kind of... it's one thruster up on each side, isn't it? Thruster back in. Got my... I'm just using the... I'm not using enclosed. I just drop those back in there. Also have to regroup. We just need a big solid block on the top. That angled block in this corner. Yeah, you. How high up does the edging go? Never really completed this corner, did I? I really should do. So if I put you there, that completes the corner, doesn't it? And then if we come here, put the plane on. Always doing this with the symmetry plane. It can be a bit tetchy if you've got a block selected, so I think that's it. Yeah. And what we'll do is put thing on the angle here. Yeah. I'd like to put a line across here, just make sure everything is the same. Yep. Work on this side. If I rotate this in like that, put a block on here, can find the right block. Yeah, I think that quite nicely. And then what I'd like to do is put some half blocks across the back like that. And what I'll do is, for the moment, I'll just drop a half block in like that. Yeah, so it's not elegant, but it will do the job. Anything else we lost? Did I lose anything from this lower corner? Or was that just the way I left it? Just the way I left it. I think that. Anything else? Well, we lost a little bit of a block here. No, I don't think I lost a block there, did I? So it's mainly from the back that I lost the block. That's okay. What I'll do is turn off the symmetry plane now. At least they didn't get through and take out my oxygen tanks. That possibly means that there's a weakness here, which I need to consider. I'm going to check the CPU again. So we're 25,000 over, so we've got a kind of 8% drop in efficiency. What I will do is, I can't afford that inefficiency, so again, we'll just hook to building components, and we're going to take out this at the moment. Oops. I've forgotten that I've left the... One of the things, if you pick up a repair bay, you actually get bolts in there. And I think just to give don't think we actually need those. We could just use the hardened steel blocks. Put one of those in. Why would you? Oh, because it's got that in there. I'll just leave that for the moment. And my oxygen's getting a bit low, so. And I think that was probably a pretty good example of how being out in space with a ship without ships, you know, even a CV can get you into trouble. Oops, I thought I'd picked up all the oxygen, so we'll just pick up a little bit more. Now, there is one thing I do want to deploy if I'm going to go out and investigate the ship. Now, there's one thing I do want. Now, I think the next thing we need to do is just take a look at what we've got here. Deposits nothing. You've got to be kidding me. It's saying that there's absolutely nothing on this planet. There is solo missions, isn't there? I don't think I'm going to bother with the solo missions. So we got a completely dead planet. Interesting. Right, what we will do is just go have a look, see. Just to, I mean, if the planet's completely dead and got no resources on it, I'm not going to stay. Because, I mean, it's probably going to have some fairly interesting POIs in it. But I don't really want to, well, just pop a pizza, I think. How am I off for emergency rations? Yeah, I've got 3 emergency rations. That should be good enough. There's something over here. It's interesting because that's got a question mark over something just there. And it's a couple of kilometers away. So what have we got here? Got a ruined mining outpost. Yeah, I don't think we're going to find much in there. Take a quick look, but as far as I know, mining outposts don't tend to have much on them. We got some O2 tanks. It could be worth checking those out. Maybe just. Oops. If we can get in close enough like that. Means there's a core in it. Thank you, game. We're gonna have to have a bit of a wander around and find the core. Of course, I've got no front light because it's been destroyed. So we can turn this on. Have a little bit of look-see round. See what we got. Bridge over here. Well, take a look at that. Well, we'll take the ham. Oh, we got some loot boxes. Again, low-level loot. Nothing. It belongs to another faction. There won't be anything in there. Yeah, actually, just offload into the Merc. Put that into the Merc. On the MX5. Yeah, just a tiny bit of loot. Got a furnace. Now this could be interesting. I mean, if this had a... Where would the core be? There's lots of fuel tanks in here. Got a furnace there. Let me just go a little bit of a fly around and see if we can find... Where would the core be? It's not going to be in there, is it? Not going to be there. I'm wondering whether the core will be underneath the base. Because there's nothing here as such that's... Let me just turn the... Turn the thrusters off to save a bit of fuel. Got a kind of command center up here. If something... Question is, can we get up here? Because that door is broken. Out here, this is the landing pad. Got some ammo boxes up here. It's going to be worth checking out. Come back down to here. Let me just... What we'll do is we'll just go up to a higher level. Turn the thrusters off. Go and have a look inside. Be a little bit careful. Oh. A little bit of ammo. Oops. Just pick that up. Merc. That. That. And there's the core. Just tucked in up the roof here. Right, I need to find the fuel tanks. Where are they? Right, I think we're go down to the ground. Thrusters on. I've got a feeling this planet's got quite light gravity as well. What's this? Gravity 0.84, yeah. So it's actually below normal levels. Well, we'll take the oxygen. 5 more oxygen. And we'll just find the fuel tanks. And I can't remember where the fuel tanks are, but we'll just... Oh, they're up over there. I think there's some fuel tanks on the ground in here, so just drop down here. That's at 1894. I'll certainly take that. 63. That'll keep my ship well and truly powered up. And what I am going to do is deconstruct these furnaces. What we'll have to do first, though, is look to that. I think furnaces have got some quite valuable resources inside them. Have to salvage them. Oh, we've got flux cores. Cobalt alloy, we'll take those. I mean, if I was planning on building a base, a furnace would be a pretty good thing to pick up and deploy in a base, but the problem is that would be very heavy, so no point picking them up. We'll just we'll float across the atmosphere. And get away from the ship. And let's see what something 2.5 across that way. I mean, I wonder if this is water or lava. Let's just go and take a look at what this actually is. If it's actually water, we'll just land and we'll just take a quick look at. Well, it is water. I wouldn't mind deploying my generator. Where's my ship? Where's the capital vessel? Is on the other side of the water. It's over that way somewhere. Oops! Wasted ammunition. Right, we're going to get back to the capital vessel. And we'll just get here, get close, pick up this, that into the Merc. Actually, we can unload here while we're at it. Right, in. Won't worry about the rest of the bits and pieces. Capital vessel. Building components. I've got to find that's my water generator. I don't think it would go in there. Okay, thank you, game. And what we're going to do is we're just going to deploy the water generator. Because I am getting very low on water. Not so much for making out oxygen, but for actually, what can you call it? Purified water to make food. But, of course, the other thing we're going to need is the bit this way. We'll just drop a few of these in. Probably that we're not going to stay much longer than that, I shouldn't think. So we'll just let that run. And we'll just jump back into the ship. Try out the scan again. Oh, let's go directly. See if this is an alien base or not. Oh, what have we got here? A ruined refuge. I've got absolutely no idea what this is. So we'll go and take a look, see. Wow, there's a whole load of stuff here. Ooh, but I bet you there'd be no kind of rare resources. I think we're up here. There's a landing pad, just damaged landing pad there, correction. And the thrusters off, we'll leave the power on. Just have a little bit of a walk round. Turn off the maybe do flicker. Oops. Is the gravity got suddenly a bit big here? Oh, why can't I get up here? Okay, let's walk round. Well, looks like we got a little bit of magnesium powder. I'll take the pizza. Actually, fridge. That can go in the fridge as well. More beans and some milk. It's the milk and the water that uses the purified water. This is why you emergency ration pack. Okay, we'll take that. We got down here. We've already been there, haven't we? A little bit of a look around. Magnesium ore. I want a cosium alloy, please, game. Oops. This shouldn't be in the fridge. Okay. Put that in there. Bed. I mean, I'm not expecting great things from this. Okay, so that's that one done. And we'll just, while I'm at it, get the kind of non-food stuff out of there. Oops. Thrusters on. Let's move over to this area here. And we'll quick look, see what's over here. We kind of land in the center here. Oops. Just drop down in there. I think it'll be okay. Let's have a bit of a walk round. Looks like we've got some more thrusters. Is this place cored or not? Ah, so it is cored. I'm gonna go. Certainly gonna take the fuel cells. Got fridges here as well. Al fresco fridges. Like that. Go back to the ammo. A couple of fuel cells. Absolutely no idea where the core would be. Keep looking. Access belongs to another faction. Nothing up there. Capacitors here. Console. Locker down the end here. A couple of oxygen poles. This armored door belongs to somebody else. Closet, shotgun. Yeah, well. Probably not going to let me in there. No. Have to see if we can find another way in. damaged around the back here. More oxygen bowls. Again, nothing particularly that special. Something there. That itchy pistol. Like this is the generator room. I don't know whether we'll be able to get into that, or is it all fully enclosed? Okay. 4 tons of salvage. Okay, looks like we're not going to be able to take that with us. Yeah, so I've already filled up the Merc with stuff. To be honest, I'm more interested in the fuel than... I mean, salvage scrap is very heavy. Actually, while I'm walking around here, I will talk a little bit about what I'm thinking for the next series. I'm inclined at the moment to wait until Raven updates Project Eden, because I am thinking of still doing Project Eden. Like a... nope, it's a shower. Yeah, so I still want to do Project Eden, but what I am thinking of is somebody posted a comment quite some time ago, and they said that the easiest way, the best way to make progress is to take a relatively easy start so that you can get some early momentum and really get out and explore the galaxy. And that's the way I'm thinking for the new series, is rather than trying to get a really difficult start and spending a very long time just trying to, how can you say, get going, is, and plus I also want to try, if the missions are very much different from what they used to be, there's part of me that says I'd like to be able to explore the missions properly. So it's got the titanium scrap in there. It's got scrap in there as well. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. Probably a fairly standard start, but in Project Eden, once Raven's updated Project Eden for 1.5, and to be honest, if its mission changes, that could be relatively easy. I think we've done enough here. We're just going to jump in the ship. That's what I'm thinking for the next series. I mean, if any of you guys have got suggestions, ideas about what could be done, feel free to chuck it in the comments. I'm kind of don't really want to spend a lot of time going through all these different buildings. I mean, there's a lot of loot in them probably, but it's all very low level loot, and I don't really want to spend too much time doing that. But this is just one big massive complex. What I am interested in to see is what's out here, and I'm also aware time is pushing on. So what I'm going to do, just to finish the video off, is go out and see what one of these buildings over here is. Wow, there's buildings all over this planet. Mining pits. Interesting. Again, I'm not seeing anything of major consequence here. Maybe we could look down the mining pit, but I'm more interested in... I mean, the whole planet is covered with buildings. Let's just go and check this out over here. Let's see what this is. Another ruined base. That looks like a satellite type thing. Wow. Ruined Skyhook base. I think I've done a Skyhook base. One more and then that will be it for the video. So yeah, all these mauve markers are converting to white markers and then becoming, yeah, ruined base. Oh, the planet isn't that big, so what I'll do is I'll spend a little bit of time exploring it, probably go all the way round and see what we can find and unlock some of these and see if we can find something of really great interest. There's something down there that's probably going to be worth checking out. But until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.